welcome back to my YouTube channel, #Moviebae. I am Moviebae, and in this video, I'm going to be recapping and reviewing episode 3 of BGC All-Star Battle Season 2. But before I get too into it, though, I want y'all to drop down and hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Because here on Moviebae, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that is the type of content that you like, you might as well stick around and hit the subscribe button. If you find yourself enjoying my commentary along the way, don't hesitate to give me a thumbs up and or drop a comment down below. Now let's go ahead and get into episode 3 and 4 because this is really when the show starts to kick it up. So before the Captain's Challenge, we see that Megan, Nancy, and Valentina are building a bond, and Amy is worried about being a target because of her connection with Camila. Now it's time for the Captain's Challenge of this episode entitled Bad Girl Brain Games. In the Brain Games, the girls will be asked a series of different questions from different categories. They have spelling, bad girl trivia, geography, and pop culture. If you get the question wrong, you get a bloodbath and you are out of the challenge. Now, they were asking easy questions like the girls are really stupid. Like one of the questions was how many states are in the United States? Like, I hope they get this right. You know what I'm saying? But when it came down to the spelling, the spelling was kicking their ass. So, like, for example, they had to spell lingerie, and that wiped out all of the gold team except for Alicia and Janelle. And then it came around to another spelling question where they had to spell Lamborghini, and Janelle was the only one to get it correct, and that made her the gold team captain for this episode. Now, with the red team... The red team captain is Elease because she is an expensive and smart bitch, okay? Now, the only thing is, afterwards, when Elease wins, she runs over and celebrates with the gold team. I thought she was smart, but I guess not because that was a dumb move because her whole team is now pissed off at her like, oh, so you working with the gold team? Bet. Afterwards, it's time for the team challenge. And this episode is a tangle web. All the teammates are tangled up. And of course, the goal is to untangle every single teammate. Now, Rocky thinks that Elease is purposely not helping. So Shelly and Rocky kick it up a notch. Rocky's kicking people. Shelly's throwing people around. And eventually, Elease is the first one to be untangled, which means she can no longer help try to sabotage her team. Now, even though she was not doing anything, the red team still wins. And Camila is pissed off because she claims she is the one that convinced her team to keep Elease. Now, editing-wise, last episode, we never saw Camila go to her team and tell them to keep her around. We saw Elease do that for herself. So, in my head, I'm thinking Camila is full of herself, per usual, and is taking, what's the word I'm looking for? Taking accountability for something that she really didn't play a part in. She probably could have talked to her team, but that ain't what was showed on the TV. So, true bad girl style, Nancy and Camila go through Elise's things and they start throwing her stuff out of the house. And when I tell y'all, this really pissed me off because one, if I was ever on Bad Girls Club, one of the only things that would make me leave that house is if people touch my stuff. I have a hard time dealing with that now. I hate a violation of my personal space and personal property. And I really feel like they did this not only because it's what the bad girls do, but when it comes to Elease, they know that she has nice things. Elease was popping before any of these bitches was ever popping. Elease had real designer before the Claremont twins. Like, she was that girl when it came to Bad Girls Club. So them going after her designer name brand things on purpose, saying things like, oh, she gonna have to be buying a new Chanel bag. I want me a Chanel wallet. She gonna have to pay for these new red bottoms. Like, they were literally going after her stuff because of the value. And that's some hating ass broke bitch shit. Elease is running after Camila, trying to get her stuff, trying to say, talk to me, please. You didn't even talk to me yet. Let's talk about it. And then she eventually grabs Camila's arm, and Camila says, let me go. Elease says no, and Camila attacks Elease, punching her in the head, throwing her to the ground, and continuing to hit her. Why Camila wasn't eliminated and removed from the games in the house, I have no idea. Because you should not be allowed to put your hands on people on this particular show. Afterwards, after they're broken up, Elease is upstairs crying, wondering why Camila would blow up their plan, their alliance, in front of everyone. since the gold team lost, they still have to nominate 2 people to go for elimination. And after walking in on Valentina, Megan, and Janelle, Amy and Camila are worried, so they decide to start making their rounds. Now, they go around and talking to their teammates, and Nancy says that she promised she's not going to get rid of 2 of their strongest players, Amy and Camila. And Alicia also verbatim said to Amy, "I am not going to nominate you." Now, when Alicia is along with Valentina tries to talk Alicia into putting up Amy, saying, don't let her scars, the scars on her leg that she got from the last challenge, make it a reason why you keep her, because we all could have gotten scars easily from that challenge. The group has their house meeting. The 2 names that keep coming out of everybody's mouth are Amy and Valentina, mostly. And when Alicia says, Amy and Valentina, you're up for elimination, Amy flips out. The crazy thing is, before Nancy and Alicia gave out the 2 people that they wanted to put up for elimination, they kept saying loyalty, loyalty. I'm about loyalty. So when Alicia said Amy and Valentina's name, Amy flips out and was like, oh, but you about loyalty, right? I mean, she started grabbing her pants. I said, bro, Amy is that white bitch, okay? You about loyalty, right? You ain't about shit, bitch. I was like, go off, Amy. Go off, because them bitches is lying, Amy. But ultimately, Valentina and Amy are the ones that are up for elimination. At elimination, Ray J starts off with a recap. He asks Rocky what happened to her leg, because in the previous scene, we see that Rocky hurt herself at the club. He asks if she'll be able to continue on in the competition, and she says, of course. Now, Ray J also asks Camila about why did she blow up on Elease, and then this is when she reveals to everyone, red team and gold team, that Elease was supposed to throw a challenge. Now, that's so funny to me, because when Elease did make that promise, she said, I will throw a challenge. She didn't say which one. She didn't say I'll throw the next challenge. She didn't say I'll throw how many. You know what I'm saying? Her words were very vague. So for Camila and all of Gold Team to get upset because they think she didn't throw that challenge, even though Elease said she was trying to, is stupid to me. So of course, now that this information is out in the air, the red team goes off on Elease, specifically Shelly, and she just is too slow with her words to even explain it. Like, let's be honest, you guys. If you're up for elimination, you're going to promise the other team whatever you need to promise them, because they are the ones that can save you. Regardless if you executed it or not, that's if your team members should be mad. Like, that's just how the game goes. Why are you mad? And with a vote of 4-2, Amy is eliminated, and she tells the girls to stop being followers and make their own decisions. With Amy gone, Camila goes to apologize to Elease. But this is better for their secret alliance anyways, because people really think they got beef. Before I get into episode 7, I want y'all to drop down and give me a thumbs up and or drop a comment down below. Personal thoughts. What are your thoughts on Camila? Because on season 8, I feel like Camila was a fan favorite only because she entered a house full of hating ass bitches. But when you separate her from that specific house, Camila's not that likable to me. What are y'all thoughts? Now let's go ahead and get into episode 4. Before the Captain's Challenge, Alicia and Megan are getting close. Megan says that she really can trust Alicia. However, Alicia's confessional says that Megan is playing the game by lying and backstabbing for the money, and if I become friends with her, she can take me closer to the end. I was like, dang, that's messed up. For a person, Alicia, Valentina, who really want to redeem themselves in the game, from their season, I feel like they're calmer than they were in 10, but they are still the same sneaky, conniving, backstabbing bitches. We also see Elease is reflecting on how the gold team hates her and how her own red team hates her. So she really needs to win the next Captain Challenge, or she knows that she'll be the next one to go home. And of course, we have an update on Rocky. Because she hurt herself at the club last night, she is concerned about her life in the competition and becoming an easy target. For this Captain's Challenge, the girls must complete an obstacle course. This obstacle course has many different levels, okay? So they first have to complete a puzzle and put on heels, get dressed and reel in a rope for their handbag. There's an eating challenge. They have to gulp down frozen drinks and then meet their man at the end. And you don't want to be last at any of these rounds, because that means you are eliminated from the competition. Now, Rocky, because of her knee, is forced to be sat out, and she is upset by it. The red team is up first and Shelly wins. And then the gold team, they all have a close run, but Nancy ends up taking it home. Now, it was so much vomiting on this episode. Like, half of the time, I didn't even look at the screen. Like, why are y'all showing this on TV? After having had lost the Captain's Challenge, Valentina is feeling down because she's not feeling secure with her position on the team, especially with Nancy being captain, because apparently they still have unfinished business from their season. Now, Megan lets Valentina know that, hey, I've always had your back and I'm going to continue to have your back. Now, Camila admits that Valentina is an overall threat, and if it's up to her, she's going to be put up for elimination. The red team, they talk about how they really want to be able to trust Elease, but they are skeptical that she will continue to throw challenges. Well, it's time to see, because now it's time for the team challenge of the episode, Tug o' Weave. Basically, it's tug of war. The captains get to put up who they want to battle in that round and against who. And the team that has the most one-on-one wins the overall challenge. Now, first up, we have Alicia versus Shelly. First off, this is the most physical challenge, and I love it. But when it comes to this bout, Alicia wins. Now, when it comes to Tiana versus Nancy, Nancy wins, making gold team 2-0. Now, Megan and Sarah, they're playing dirty. They're using their feet. Megan puts her foot in Sarah's back and sits on her head. But eventually, Sarah is the one that ends up winning and sending Megan to the hospital with a hurt back. This brings the score to 1-2 gold. Next up, we have Stephanie versus Janelle, and Stephanie wins, but she is also sent to the hospital when she can't stop gagging. Camila is up next, and Shelly decides to put Elease against Camila. Now, Shelly wants to see this battle to ensure that Elease is still on the red team and is not throwing challenges. However, Camila wins quick, but Elease says she really did try her best, y'all. She really did. But I mean, like, let's be honest, y'all. You just saw Camila beat up Elease yesterday. Did you really think that she was going to win again in a physical challenge against her? Nah. So the score is now 3-2 gold. Because Rocky has to sit out of this challenge, Shelly has to go again, and this time against Valentina. Now, we all know it's a size advantage here, but Valentina is really working Shelly at first until Shelly sits her big ass on Valentina. And when I tell you everybody was looking scared for Valentina's life, they were shook, even Ray J. And Shelly ends up winning, tying up the game 3-3, leaving them to go to a tiebreaker. Tiebreaker is Alicia versus Sarah, and Alicia's going in feeling confident, saying that she already took down the the gold teams. I don't know whose team is on what. Biggest bitch. So Alicia says Sarah will be no challenge. But this time, y'all, this was a very dirty match. Alicia was literally kicking Sarah in the cuchunana. Okay, like I would have had to stop and beat her ass in real life. But the gold team wins 4-3. After the challenge, Ray J comes in and updates the girls on Megan and Stephanie's health and lets them know that nominations will be postponed until tomorrow. When Megan comes home, she lets the girls know that she just has some sprains in her back and in her chest, but it's nothing serious and she'll be able to continue the next day. Now, while Stephanie is gone at the hospital, the red team already knows they want to put Elease up, but they're contemplating on who to put up next. Rocky volunteers that, hey, we should put Stephanie up because the other team will think that she's weak and they'll send Elease, a stronger player, home. Now, Rocky came up with this plan because she, too, is crippled right now, and she knows that, crippled or not, if she's put up for elimination, the other team will take them out. They'll take the chance to get her out of the competition. Now, when Stephanie comes back, she lets the team know that she had a heat stroke, and the girls are rubbing her back and say, oh my God, I'm so happy you're okay. And then they sit her ass down and tell her, yeah, you also up for elimination though, but only as a decoy, And I tell y'all, that's some fucked up fake ass shit right there. Like, I just got back from the hospital and y'all telling me that I'm about to go home. That's crazy. So when it comes time to make the formal nomination, Elease thinks that it should be based off of performance. So she understands on that end why she will be put up, but Tiana should also be put up too. Now, Shelly asked Stephanie, hey, what do you feel about going up against Elease? And Stephanie just says, I really don't have a say-so because majority rules, y'all already made y'all mind up. Now, this is when Elease barks back and says Stephanie should not be put up for nomination. Tiana should be, because me and her both lost our rounds. And of course, Tiana, ooh, y'all. Insert. I can't stand Tiana. I cannot stand Tiana. And I'm going to get into it a little bit later. Okay, so Tiana barks back saying that she's an overall better competitor and she does not deserve to be put up for elimination. So the nominee stands, and it's Elease versus Stephanie. And Stephanie says that she is still a little wary. Like, yeah, the other team might think that she's small and fragile and not a threat, but she still knows that Elease might have a bond with the gold team. So it's time for elimination. And Elease's speech is basically her saying how she talks to everybody in the house and she wants everybody to base their vote on her personal relationship with them. And then Stephanie says that she's not going to be fake or backstab anyone, but if you think I should stay, vote for me to stay. Now, with 4 votes, Stephanie is eliminated, and she asks the girls, whoever wins, please spend the money on something wise and not anything stupid. On her way out, the red team is sad. They're giving her hugs. They're crying. And they're pissed that Elease is still there. And then this just makes the gold team crack up and start laughing. When I tell y'all I started laughing too, bruh, like, it was so savage. They're in the midst of crying and being pissed, and the gold team is, like, laughing in their face. And they're doing that because they know they're running the game. They knew that the red team wanted them to send Elease home. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to make you stuck with her. And yeah, she's still working with us. I would have loved to been on the gold team. This is honestly some type of shit that I would have orchestrated. Like, they think we're going to vote Elease home because she, quote unquote, like, did our team wrong or lied to our team. Let's keep her ass in the house and send somebody they actually like and get along with. Let's send them home. Why would we help y'all team out? That's crazy. After elimination, Rocky and Sarah go up to Elease and they ask her, hey, are you still on our team or are you really working with the gold team? This is when Elease says, hey, I have relationships with everybody in this house. I can't help who I get along with. That's when Tiana comes in. Old season 11 Tiana comes in telling Elease how she's a whack-ass bitch and you lame and da-da-da-da and I'll never respect you. Shut up. Like, I can't. Let me tell, I'm about to rant real quick, y'all. Bad Girls Club All-Star Battle Season 2 was right off of the cuff of Season 11. And you can tell because no one knew Tiana. No one knew how Tiana acted on her season. But if they had seen Season 11, I promise you, she would have been one of the first bitches to go home. I could not stand Tiana on her season. She's lame. She thinks she hard. She ugly. And this is no tea to her now because obviously I don't know. But on her season, I could not stand her. And then the moment she went in Elease's face and started trying to like go off on her, I was like, sit your ugly ass down, bitch. Don't nobody give a fuck how you feel, ho. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. Go get mad and go put some fucking pants on. I hated that she always walked around her season with no damn pants on. That's a pet peeve. I could not stand Tiana, yo. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. Be sure you give me a thumbs up if you enjoy my commentary. Drop a comment down below to share your thoughts on this season. Y'all already know I do reviews over Zeus, and more retro BGC reviews were also going to come very, very soon, so stick around for that. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.